Knock knock. I really ought to speak to the higher-ups about your labor conditions. They always seem to relegate you to the dingiest, most decrepit of under-the-staircase, Harry Potter-style broom closets for you to work in. Not that I'm complaining. It is, after all, nice and quiet here, perfectly out of sight. Just us, alone, in the dim, dark, cramped quarters, so very, very close together. What? No sly remark? No clever quip? Come on, Specs, better be careful. Blush any harder and I'll start to think you're finally beginning to crack. Aha, and there it is. You know, most of the time, I don't know half of what you're saying. Too many big words, you know. But God, don't I love the look of your mouth when you talk. I will make a mental note of that. Don't know what the hell brazenly insouciant means, but I'm sure to figure it out, just for you. Well, you know me, always eager to learn, eager to please. I'm a quick study, and I'm sure you'd be happy to teach me a thing or two, wouldn't you, Specs? You would be surprised of the things I'm capable of retaining, given the right sort of positive reinforcement. One might even say I have insatiable thirst. For knowledge, of course. Care to give me a private lesson? Okay, yes, I'm done. As much fun as this is, your foggy lenses are always my cue to stop. But just say the word and I'll be down to start again. Round after round after round. So, the reason for my visit today. HQ says you have something for me. Oh, and here I was hoping you had plans to test out other sorts of fun toys with me. Alright then, on with it. Show me your goods. Actually, I meant show me your... Oh, wow, alright, I get it. Who knew you could be so menacing wielding a... What even is this? Ah, a high-frequency, handheld, sonic resonance lock disruptor, huh? So you're telling me this thing vibrates? No, yes, this is excellent, perfect, brilliant, as expected of our genius top inventor. It's just, well... It doesn't really fight against those fun toy allegations with me, does it? Oh, yes, certainly. I wouldn't dream of overstepping the professional boundary that so thoroughly divides us. No, I understand that those thoughts will have to remain fantasy forever. Blissful fantasy. Euphoric, thrilling fantasy. Epic, out of body, unbelievable. And see, how could I ever act on anything when you're here, forcing me to pull out? Back to reality. I know you only made this thing to complete that work order request from my last mission. I just like to make these jokes in light of your fulfilling my every want and need. With that in mind, these must be... Yes, my X-ray glasses. Radiographic, optic lenses, X-ray glasses, same difference. These don't seem to be working, though. No, oh, yeah, they're up and running, but they... I'm trying to see through your clothes, but I just see, like, bones and stuff. I'm kidding. I am kidding. Headquarters wouldn't let me put in a request for that particular feature, which, might I add, would have been used for looking for concealed weapons on targets. Not everything I do is so... What was that word you use so often? Yes, prurient. Besides, I know that kind of tech doesn't exist yet. It'd be an impossible task for you to carry out. No, I understand the limits of modern science, I get it. You can't do what you can't do, and that is completely fine. There are just some things in life that we are incapable of completing, and for you, this is one of them, isn't it? It's okay, not all of us are born extraordinary, you know. I guess some of us, namely you, will just have to live out life in dull, grey mediocrity. Stubborn until the end. Well, if I can't convince you, then there's no stopping you, So, just to be clear, you will make the X-ray glasses for just clothes. Oh, damn. And to think I almost got you there. I'm getting good, aren't I? At reading your tells, constructing these tricks, traps for you to fall for me. Either I'm getting smarter, or you are getting vainer. Don't be so humble, Specs. You're the best gadget inventor a spy could ask for, and you know I'm not opposed to doing a few compliments. I just know how you like being praised. I'm never one to pass up the chance to stroke your ego a little bit. I'd stroke it all you like. Well, thank you for the totally not suspicious lockpicker, and for the glasses. Too bad I'll never look half as good in them as you do. Is there anything else you've got for me? A suit? Spoil me rotten, why don't you? I didn't even put in a request for this one. That is awfully considerate of you. Always nice to know you're thinking about me. Let's see if we can't make those thoughts a bit more naughty, though, shall we? And it doesn't look like I will need to try so hard. Seriously, Specs, if you are really that curious about what was underneath my clothes, you only need to ask. Not even nicely, if I'm being honest. It's a tad bit elaborate to go through the trouble of devising some convoluted request for my presence just to see me in a skimpy outfit, don't you think? Specs, this is a scrap of fabric, skin tight. If I can even fit it over my head, it will leave nothing to your creative, vivid imagination. Which I'm sure was all a part of your plan, but I think it would be faster to skip over all the pretense and struggle of wearing it. Unless, of course, you're suggesting that you want to help me, in which case I have no complaints, as long as we get it on together. Alright, I'm going. I'm drawing the curtain. See? No peeking. So, why is it again you think I'm in need of some superhero suit? Oh, you really do care, don't you? What was that quote again? You love me to the point of invention. Touching, really. Too bad you aren't so touchy-feely in more fun ways. So, are you planning on presenting this to the board? Is this going to be a regulatory uniform that we wear under our usual disguises? What do you mean, test subjects? Is this thing not fully debugged yet? I'm much less interested in working out kinks than discovering yours, of course, but I suppose just for you, okay? But if I'm so sweet as to act as subject zero, I expect some sugar in return, Specs. What do you need me to do? Stand here? Pose? I can do any position you'd like. Boom. Ambitious. Shock absorption and redistribution, adaptive surface adhesion, biofeedback sensors, and dynamic environmental stealth cloaking. Look at you, you brainiac. If this works out, you will have access to all the nitty-gritty details of the inner workings of my body that you could ever want, which, again, you only need to ask. And here I was, satisfied with just your voice in my ear, telling me what to do, where to go, really showcasing your dominant side. And don't I love when you take charge? But, how am I actually supposed to do the things? Is there a button? Does this thing, like, read my mind? Ah, it makes sense, it makes sense. It would probably be for the best that you don't know what I'm thinking about right now. You know, I'm much more of a visual learner. Maybe you should hop into another one of those skin-tight suits and give me a special hands-on demo. Show me the ropes, then later the gags and blindfolds. Hey, I don't know where your mind is going, but I'm merely mentioning common tools of my trade. If you are thinking about something else, well, that says more about your views towards me, doesn't it? Here's to hoping. Okay, I don't really get your other explanations, so we'll just start off with the easiest to understand feature, the shock absorption. Hit me. I didn't mean it that way, Specs. Keep it in your smarty pants. I meant punch me. Come on. I'm strong. I'm a tough guy. I have been through many beatings in many different situations. I'm no stranger to getting a bit rough. Do your worst. Specs, I know combat isn't exactly your forte, but this is just stereotypical, don't you think? Don't be shy. Show me what you've got. Better, but I still feel barely a tap. You're just getting warmed up. Don't hold back on me now. Specs, this is a tad bit embarrassing. Come on, give me everything you have. Really put your back into it. And then, maybe later, after we work you up into a bit of a frenzy, we can turn all this raw energy toward... Oh. No. No. I'm fine. No need to help me up. I just can't help but be bored to my knees in front of you. Oh, don't pretend like you didn't enjoy that. I know this job is stressful and that you need to blow off steam sometimes. I am perfectly fine being that target. By all means, blow away. The shock absorption works fine, Specs. Didn't feel a thing. More of a shame, really, to be denied the splendor of your touch. So, that's a check off for that feature. Let's do the stealth cloaking part next. How do I activate it? Nice. Can you see me? I am totally invisible. Can you see me here? How about here? Here? What about here? Oh, Specs, I am sorry about that. Didn't know you startled so easily. Let me just get off you real quick. I think I accidentally triggered the adhesion feature when we fell. Guess you're stuck with me now, Body to body. Okay, let's just slowly get up together and... Ow. Now you're pitching. If you just put me up here a bit and... There. I didn't think we could get any closer in this tiny space, but here we are, I've never been happier to be so wrong. Oh, yes, the deactivating of the adhesion, of course. Where is that button again? Ah, well, that there, Specs, is what we call a design flaw. I can't reach that spot. As much as I know how you fantasize about me being so flexible, I hate to break it to you, most of us aren't that limber. Unless you'd like to prove me wrong. Can't you deactivate it with the remote control tablet? If we just shuffle a bit. There, you got it? Should have known. Diagnostic and performance tests first. Of course, sure. Go ahead. I could stand to be stuck to you for a bit longer. 250 newtons total from those punches. Oh, Specs. We have got to get you out of the lab some more. You were winded from just 3 weak hits. Don't worry. I've got a special regime that we can employ. It will help build up your strength and endurance. Of course, I'm more qualified to train you, what with my endless stamina and extensive experience. Oh, I'm nervous. And what makes you think that? Heartbeat monitor from the biofeedback sensor. Curse my traitorous pulse. Well, now that you've got me thinking about activities that get the blood flowing, the heart racing, and that work up a vigorous sweat, no need to monitor my vitals. If you really are interested in my various bodily responses, just continue to... Ow. Did you turn the shock absorption off along with the adhesion? That's cold, Specs. What if I actually hurt myself? What if I had actually gotten injured? No, I'm kidding. I'm fine, Specs, though I do have a few ways in mind that you could make it up to me. Alas, nothing wounded here but my pride. But seriously, Specs, this thing is absolutely perfect. What did I ever do to deserve you? I guess the next step would be to take it out for a real test run in the field, Fantastic. Looking forward to you watching my every move. I'll make sure to put on a good show for you. So, is that all you needed from me today, Specs? Of course, still dreaming. I guess I will see you during my next mission then. Or, hear you. Perfect. Well then, I'll see you later, Specs.